Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We've got game two of Newbee Y versus CDEC Y. They did not waste any time getting into this game, so we're going to hop right in here, Winter. This draft is already halfway there. You made it into this lobby, though, so we're already a step up from last time. That's good. So what do we got here? Doom Darkseer for CDEC Youth and Invoker Lion for Newbie Young. Again with the Dazzle first ban.
Is there something that we missed from the change slot that happened to Dazzle?
I not that I'm aware. I mean, I consider myself a Dazzle enthusiast. I've been a little sad he hasn't been getting much love this patch, but Newbie Young seemed to really think that he's the bee's knees.
Well, I don't know. Maybe CDAC runs Dazzle a lot in a certain way. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll be able to check it out after this game.
You know, look, do some research for science.
Yep.
Juggernaut now, third pick for Newbie Young. Puck and Alk banned out, and Lone Druid Earth Spirit taken out by CDEC Youth.
You are like, oh no, Darkseer again.
Oh, God.
Game's gonna lag.
I love Darkseer as a hero. I love his concept. I like playing him. I like watching him. He's one of the... Darkseer and Magnus, I think, are my two favorite heroes to watch. If I'm just like spectator mode, watching pros get down, but when we're talking about frame drops on Perfect World, Darkseer is probably the worst hero to watch because he knows how to drop some frames, man. He's good at that for sure. But
Wall of Replica.
Wall of Replica plus Vacuum. Juggernaut, one of the better heroes, though, to lane up against the Darkseer. You know, can handle that Ion Shell, has his little healing ward there, and the magic immunity with his spin.
What if there's a Doom? Darkseer Doom.
Darkseer Doom? Could that be the lane?
Annoying, that's so annoying.
Sure is. Phoenix now for Newbie Young.
Well, I sure hope that's not a support. I hope that's their core. Because if they're running Lion plus Phoenix support, both the supports will be requiring a lot of levels, so it's greedy. Obviously, it's very strong in team fights, but it's very greedy in the laning phase, so the Doom and Darkseer might have a very good chance of punishing that if they actually run Phoenix support.
Yeah. The Phoenix Sunray, I feel like, is a spell that I underestimated for a long time. It seems like Phoenixes now are putting so many points into early Sunray. It does absurd amounts of damage.
Yeah, it's just one of those few spells that are so OP in Dota right now.
You think so?
Spirit Siphon, like every single, like there's a few heroes that have a certain ability that's so powerful. Like for Doom, it's obviously Infernal Blade. You don't even talk about Doom that much anymore.
Yeah.
You talk about, oh my god, how OP Infernal Blade is.
Do you think Sunray's actually like overpowered though? Like it should be nerfed, broken? I mean, obviously it's a good spell, but
Not sure though. It's maybe a little bit too good.
okay.
A little bit, because it does so much damage and it heals your teammates.
Yeah, that's true. That's the other aspect of it. That's pretty crazy, and it gives you cliff walking when you use it in the right place. So Naga Siren, the fourth pick here for CDEC Youth. I have to imagine that's a support. Is Core Naga a thing anymore?
Yeah, some teams still run. I've seen a few core Nagas recently because of it's like how Alchemist works. You need a certain amount of time before you come online, and because it's very hard to be that aggressive anymore right now, so it allows heroes like, because Naga, when you get one item, then everything becomes your tempo. It becomes, the game rhythm becomes your hero's rhythm because you split push and you control the game. So that's the reason why we've seen so many more Naga, Alchemists, all these heroes, like even the Morphing coming back into the game. And it's really good versus Phoenix. You pop your egg, say goodnight to your teammates, and we kill the egg.
Yeah, that's true actually. Really good synergy there. Also not a bad hero to have against the Juggernaut. He can't just Blade Fury TP all the
very good
time.
pick here actually against the two heroes.
Wow, and they take Axe, another great control hero that has some controls through the BKB. But I guess that means it is a so
Core Naga.
You think it's Core Naga?
Yeah, mid Naga goes mid. Axe safe lane with Bench, most likely.
Okay, Doom in the jungle, Darkseer in the off lane.
Or Doom, Doom Darkseer, whatever. They'll be jungle slash off lane together.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Bench will probably roam very early to help the Doom's lane get kills.
It's a greedy lineup, but I think it's a good one.
It's not that greedy because they have a multiple array of heroes that can control the tempo. Axe is going to control the game when he has Blink. In the early stages, Doom, Darkseer, and Venge are three heroes that can create tempo. You make movements from lane to lane to get kills. So greedy is like when all three heroes are all farming heroes and no one's going to be there to create tempo. Whereas CDEC have a few heroes that can actually make tempo happen for their team.
All right, it's a subtle difference, but I Point well taken. Even though Axe likes to farm, he can still do other things and
Yeah.
control the game.
And Newbee Young is gonna finish their lineup with a Clockwork on Shell Tule. So it's gonna be indeed a Phoenix on support position, which I mentioned I don't really like that much because of how much pressure the CDEC use side can create in the early game.
Yeah.
Venge, Darkseer, Doom, these three heroes can create so much like trouble in dealing by ganking on lanes, and you have to respond to it. And Lion and Phoenix are not the best heroes at responding to ganks.
Okay. So you like this CDECY lineup a bit better?
I mean, Newbie Young's lineup is very strong when they get their levels, obviously, in team fights. And even though I mentioned Song is a really good way of dealing with the egg, but Song obviously is a very long cooldown spell at level 6, so you don't want to you don't want to use it every time.
Juggernaut running on his treadmill there.
And here we go. Phoenix is going to be able to actually TP down.
Yeah, this is something that we're seeing so much more now. It's like every game, somebody buys a TP straight away, gets those wards down.
In certain cases, it's almost mandatory that you want to place a ward to actually, number one, it scouts rotations. Number two, I think which is the most important reason, is to help the off lane. Because with the vision, you actually help the off lane.
Right. And you need to get it down before the other team can get there to see where you place it so they can't counter it easily.
And the third reason is that what will help you determine which bounty rune you're going to go for at level 1.
Oh, right. So you can avoid a big clash.
If you cannot fight against the enemy, or if you want to fight the enemy, you will want to go wherever they are going.
Yeah, yeah, okay, either way. To either dodge, but it gives you the intel. Yeah, well said. And now the TP, I still can't get over how cheap TPs are, man. Like, in my memory, it's like, yeah, 135 gold. Oh, wait, 50 gold.
It's going to be free someday.
Yeah.
Well, that's why, like I mentioned just now, boots 450 gold. And wait, no, it's not 450 gold anymore.
It's crazy. Like a lot of those changes are. It takes a while for you to get used to it.
As much as I was talking about, oh, life of the support sucks. You have to buy sentries. You're gonna get killed in team fights. But then again, wait, boots getting cheaper, TP's getting cheaper, wards getting cheaper.
It's getting better.
Yep.
I mean, shit. Now you can buy individual wards. You used to have to buy them in stacks of 2. If you didn't have 200 gold, you weren't getting any wards.
And now when you kill a ward, you get 100 gold.
Yeah. It's amazing how times have changed. Hey, interesting set here on the Clockwork. I've never seen this helm before. The Searchlight helm of the Mechanized Pilgrim.
And you are actually the man of the cosmetics.
I like commenting on the cosmetics.
Every time you see a new cosmetic or something you have not seen before.
Yeah, I like it. I'm like, this is cool, man. It adds, it's a dynamic of the game. You can't ignore the cosmetics. I know you're a cosmetic collector, Winter. You can't lie to me.
No, I've never bought any cosmetics.
You have every Arcana. I've seen it.
No.
Oh, Darkseer taking a lot of pressure here.
Oh, he actually took Surge at L1 just to dodge that.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty decent victory for Newbee Y in this safe lane.
Yeah, now Juggernaut is going to be free from any sort of pressure from the Darkseer, and Darkseer can go jungle. Yeah. And the Doom is all the way back in his own jungle, hoping for a Satyr creep somewhere.
Yeah, he picked up the Dark Troll first. I guess Raise Dead isn't too bad to have. It's not very mana efficient, though.
Jungling-wise, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
In terms of speeding up your farm. But yeah, like you mentioned, mana-wise, it's not that great.
Those little skeletons actually do pretty decent damage. Hit for like 25 apiece. All right, and how are these other lanes looking here? We've got Invoker versus Naga in the mid. It's been so long since I've seen since I've casted a core Naga game.
I remember everyone hates to cast a core Naga game because either the game would be a storm because the Naga can't get his farm, or the game would be really long.
That's true.
No in between.
Yeah, I don't mind watching Naga some. I think the mechanic of her ult is always pretty interesting, like with the setups and the counter initiations you can do.
That's the only interesting part.
Yeah, she can make some clutch plays,
But everything else about the hero is, not that fun.
Yeah. I do miss seeing Clockwork a lot, though. Ever since they changed those cogs into circles, it feels like he's fallen off a lot. Victoria going to rotate in. Yeah, the Infernal Blade comes. I think this should be the end of the Clockwork. Looking for the Denying the Ancients, but it won't happen. Victoria gets the bonus gold, and that is the dream start for a Doom. You kill a couple creeps, you walk out of the jungle, and get your first blood at 2 minutes.
By the way, when I look at my screen and I look at your screen,
yeah,
I feel sorry for you.
Why? Oh, God.
Look, I'm not lagging. Look.
All right, well, if you're not lagging, I'm going to try reconnect then, Winter. You've talked me into it.
What?
We're going to try it here.
Sometimes when you reconnect, I'll lag.
Yeah, sometimes the reconnect works, okay?
Yeah, and then I'll start lagging.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Sure.
I'm gonna pull greed mode on this one.
XZ is still level 1. He's not okay with that from the off lane.
Yeah, this is a brutal shutdown.
Because he had, like, you get Surge at level 1, this is what happens.
Yeah, and once they know that you have it, they can get so much more aggressive to just keep bullying you out. You saw the Lion just kind of unrelent with the auto attacks.
Your reconnect doesn't look like it helped you.
It didn't do anything, but a man can dream. Now this is great news for the Juggernaut. Hey, by the way, how do you pronounce the Naga player's name?
Oh, they missed a stun on XZ. The
Oh.
Naga player's name.
Is it Ame or Aim?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm not sure what the proper pronunciation
Well, you actually
is
know, you know Ame.
there.
Ame is a pretty common Chinese name. Oh, here we go. The gank. The blade!
Uh-oh, Invoker. I think he's going to die here. He eats the
Cold
Fairy
Snap.
Fire. It's going to be a close call. Cold Snap onto Victoria. They get the kill on Invoker, but it is going to be a counter kill the other way thanks to the rotation from the Phoenix. Now the Sunray comes out. We'll push back Ame. All right, 1 for 1. Pretty good for the Doom.
Ame, are you sure you're gonna say that?
I don't know. I was hoping you would know.
I'm sorry, I don't.
This is your region, man. Well, your second region, I guess.
Good region.
Dude, Axe inside of the cogs, man. This Clockwork is not having a good time. All that pure damage in his face. It looks like he's going to be able to survive through it.
This is also another pure damage to his face.
Yeah. Uh-oh, now Lion on the way in. They kind of want to find a counter kill here.
Rocket.
Creeps being pulled into a big stack. Now Salve comes out on the Axe. Lion's just going to be happy to get a couple last hits here.
I mean, the nice thing about this is at some point the Axe can jungle, then Bench can take the lane.
Uh-oh, mid lane. Yeah, Victoria rotates in. Cold Snap, Ghost Walk.
That's a big victory already, forcing the Ghost Walk. Takes up so much mana.
How much does it cost?
200.
200.
It's a big chunk of his mana.
I didn't realize it was that much. Yeah, that's big.
It makes the Naga much more safer in the lane phase. Oh, that's an interesting way to place a ward.
What?
He just dove over to place the ward.
I see. Well, things are getting a little better for the Darkseer up in the off lane. He's at least level 2 now, but still doesn't have a Soul Ring because he had to use so much mana surging himself away.
50 mana at level 1. You know?
So
oh, he has no mana now.
Yeah, he has no Soul Ring. He's completely... I don't think I've seen a Darkseer be this crippled in the laning stage without dying in a pretty long time.
Because of Surge.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, he's just... Even without the Soul Ring, he's going to have to walk back to the well.
Wait, our Axe just bought raindrops.
Okay.
So is that a thing right now on the safe lane?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say normally, but it's really good against Sunstrikes, for example.
Huh?
Or no, that's pure damage.
That's pure damage.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I was thinking it was just all spells, not just magic damage. But yeah, you're right. Is it good here? I guess the rotating Lion.
And mana regen. Oh, here we go. We've seen this story before.
Yeah, this time he's got no mana for the Ghost Walk, though, and it's an easy kill.
Yep, this is what I was talking about during the draft, where CDEC can have a few ways of creating tempo. From the support until the Axe gets his dagger, he can create tempo. The Doom as well. Like, and the Darkseer, obviously, he's not going to be able to create tempo.
Yeah.
He's going to be sitting, like the Darkseer and Naga will be sitting in their lanes, waiting for tempo to happen, or jungling. But they have 3 other heroes that can make tempo happen. So, whereas for Newbee Y, they need to wait for Clockwork to get level 6. They need to wait for Lion. I mean, Lion can go make some tempo right now, but it's not as reliable without the blink.
Magic Missile onto the Clockwork, but the power cogs push back Axe. And that'll be the end of that little gank attempt.
I actually don't really like the new cogs, honestly.
What, you mean the round ones?
Yeah, it's very difficult to catch enemies inside it.
I think it was pretty much regarded as a nerf to Clockwork. It just made cogs straight up worse.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
I don't really quite understand why they changed it though. I mean, Clockwork was good, but
I'm not sure it was intended as a nerf. Maybe I don't know, man.
It just seemed like an odd change. It was sort of to me it seemed not needed, and now it's taking Clockwork really put him in obscurity.
But now they gave him more damage to Battery Assault.
Yeah, I mean that helps.
More solo kill potential on support.
Up top, speaking about kill potential, Doom takes an Omni Slash as well as a Sunstrike from the Invoker. That'll net him another kill. Good news for him. He's been killed twice, so any little bit helps at this point. This is going to be a slow Midas for the Invoker.
Well, I don't think there's much he can do about that after being ganked so many times. And he's, like I mentioned, their supports are not the best supports to respond towards all those ganks.
Yeah.
So that's like the price they have to pay for having such a greedy support duo like Phoenix and Lion is very, very greedy.
Yeah. Also, Raindrops now picked up on the Doom. I think this is the first time I've seen 2 Raindrops in one game.
Oh, mid lane. Cold snap. Naga.
I think they're going to find this one.
Sunray! Oh my god.
Heard it was a good spell.
You heard it was a good spell. I heard it was a broken spell.
That poor Naga. So do you think Naga should have leveled her ult at 6? Because that could have potentially been enough to survive there.
Yeah, probably enough because after the cold snap ended, she still had like approximately maybe 20% health.
Yeah.
10% health.
She could have cast it and then just moved out of the Sunray.
And look at the build of the Phoenix as well. Opted to skip the Fire Spirits. Having level 2 Icarus dive there, plus the level 2 Sunray was enough damage.
Yeah, interesting.
Yep. How times have changed, my friend.
I always thought Icarus dive is just a great value point.
It's a very good level 2 point. If you look at the scaling,
Yeah.
so level 1 does 40 damage in total. Level 2 does 120 damage.
Yeah,
so
that's a big jump.
3 times as much. Whereas all the other levels are not as much, except for the level 2 point.
So level 2 is that value point, huh? Okay.
So I'm wondering if he's just gonna get level 2 or just get level 4 and just totally forgo Fire Spirits.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm not a fan of foregoing Fire Spirits, honestly.
It's hard to pass up.
Yeah, it's just so much synergy with your egg.
Clockwork is level 6 now, though, so he could start moving around, look for some hook shots, try and control some tempos elsewhere around the map. How is Naga's farm, by the way? Looks like she's doing pretty well.
Pretty good.
Number 3 on net worth. 54 last hits. Now it's time to move into the jungle.
I actually like the build where you get Arcane Boost.
Yeah, like the Envy style?
Yeah, then you break it apart for the Octarine Core later.
Yeah,
so you don't waste it. I actually like that build.
I agree. I think it's really good.
Like some players don't really go for that build.
No, I don't think it's that common, but it's really nice for just farming in the jungle. Lets you spam a lot more.
Yes.
Again, Invoker going to get caught here. It's Axe that starts this one off with Berserker's Call. They even doom him, but 2 TP rotations as well as the Sunray will be enough for them to back off. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, it's the Naga Siren caught by the Jug and Lion. Omni Slash comes out, and she's going down. Still no point in the Song of the Siren. Don't think it would have saved her that time, but
doesn't matter at that time. Oh.
Now Avenge, caught by the hook shot. Sunray coming
God.
in. What a spell! My golly. They're taking control, Winter. 5-3.
Man, judging by this guy's playstyle, we'll probably see an Aether Lance on this hero.
Oh, what, the Phoenix?
Yeah. It's so fun. Have you tried it?
I have not, actually.
Get more range, more damage.
Oh, mid lane. Inflame goes jumping on in, but there was a Lion on the high ground. Turns him into a frog, gives him the finger. And now the Ice Wall comes out. The Axe is actually going to fall.
He was trying for solo kills?
Yeah.
What?
He just jumped in on the Invoker. He TP'd in and...
And you said Invoker was going to get a late Midas. Huh. It's not that late anymore. 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll talk about recovery. I mean, their team is just like awoken from their slumber.
Well, Axe is supposed to create tempo, not give tempo to the enemy. No.
He did have a really fast Blink Dagger. That's always a shame when it happens like that. Maybe the Raindrop gave him too much confidence.
Okay. So another way of killing the Naga is with Battery Assault, because you can't cast Song of the Siren if you get caught.
Yeah. If you're the only person getting hit by it, yeah.
No illusions around.
What is the cast point on Song of the Siren? Is it like 0.8 or something?
I don't know the exact numbers, but I know you can't.
But it's like, it's got to be just higher than the 0.7
Yeah,
interval.
it's enough for Battery Assault to stop it.
Yeah. That's always a sad display when you see Naga trying to raise her arms and she's just like...
Naga, Earthshaker, Luna. Luna, you can't cast Eclipse when you get Hookshot, Battery Assault. Those are the heroes that are the saddest, you know, against Clockwork.
Smoke rotation now from CDECY. Moving about the mid lane here, maybe looking for another gank on the Invoker. All the while, though, he's just sitting up top.
Man, poor
Finishes off
Invoker.
that tier 1.
Every time, it's like when you're in a pub, like every time the same guy gets ganked. Oh, they scan. Okay, I see a scan.
Yep, there it is.
It's from Radiant? Yeah, it's from the Radiant.
Yeah. And they see nothing. Making sure this isn't bait. There's no
What's
reinforcements
up,
nearby.
bro?
His TP's on cooldown. Magic Missile to start. And this poor Invoker gets put 6 feet under. The slam dunk to make it sting that much more.
That's like 10 feet under after the slam dunk.
Yeah. Inflame really giving it to him. Meanwhile, the rest of his team, though, is grouped up mid. They might put some pressure on this tier 1.
They have Doom ready, so all their big spells are ready for them if they want to defend. I think they should.
Yep, I agree. Juggernaut, very standard kit so far. Just Phase, Drum, Aquila, PMS.
SMY?
Yeah.
I wonder if this is the patch for Juggernauts to build SMY more, because like
You mean like instead of Battle Fury?
yeah, at the start when Juggernaut was introduced into the meta, it was always SMY. Remember the Troll Jug meta, X? It was always SMY.
It was like Phase, Mask of Madness, Yasha, every game.
And then it's got changed because the nerfs of the items and the hero, they got changed to Battle Fury. I think I'm more of a fan of the SMY because you fight more.
Yeah. I mean, the Battle Fury has a lot of merit, though. It just synergizes so well with the ultimate.
Just way too good.
All that AoE damage is hard to pass up. Do you think he goes for the Battle Fury this game, though?
It's really good to counteract the Naga split push, so can't really argue with that.
Just chop down the illusions.
Yeah.
It also gives you a tool to keep farming tempo against the Naga. Like once she gets Radiance, it allows you to
basically
farm.
the same reason why when you see certain teams, when they play up against the Naga, they go for Meepo, because Meepo, like, you push out the other lanes where the Naga's pushing, so you counteract what the Naga's doing in the game. So when you have a Battle Fury on the Juggernaut, you can somewhat do that.
That makes sense. Newbee Y now into the Roche pit. Looks like this one will go uncontested. CDEC Youth nowhere nearby. Put a little pressure into this tier 2 up top.
I hear a call onto the creeps.
Yep. And it'll be the Juggernaut that picks up the Aegis of the Immortal.
The smoke is used, and they have no scan on CDEC's side, so they cannot scout for this. But they do see no heroes on the map, so this would become very obvious. And Invoker's gonna try to deny the tower at mid.
Oh, they put a ward down right next to a sentry. That's unfortunate. They bump into the Naga, but she's hasted. The hook shot falls short. Oh no. That's a bittersweet story. If she wasn't hasted, that would have been just an easy pickoff, I think.
Yep, that would have been a kill for sure.
She does have her relic now, though, as well as a first point in Song of the Siren. The hard part of the game is sort of over for Naga. I mean, she's about to have a Radiance at a decent timing here, almost level 11, so the ultimate's not a ridiculous cooldown anymore.
After dying twice, getting a Radiance at minute 17.
It's really quite good.
Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good.
He's found a lot of space around the map.
Right now, tempo-wise is going into Newbee's hands because they just got the Aegis on the Juggernaut, and their heroes are much stronger now. As I mentioned, when they get their ultimates, they are really strong. And Phoenix is going to go for Midas first, so I don't think he's going for Aether Lens anymore. He could still go for it, but usually when they go for Midas, they won't go for Aether Lens. It's either you get one of those two.
It's kind of the classic just Midas into like Shiva's build.
Midas, Shivas, yep, that's like very, very standard. Sometimes you see like Pipe, but that's against heavy burst, spell burst.
Yeah.
So probably not this game.
Not this game.
I would actually like to get Aghanims against the Doom on Phoenix, because you can save the target, provided he doesn't Doom you.
Yeah. That's an interesting thought. I think the Ags is a little more legit on Phoenix now. It used to feel kind of gimmicky, but now that it gives you the extra auto attacks too,
hits,
it's really good.
I think it's like a very, very core item now. Before it's like a situational item. Now I think it's actually a core item.
Well, also because just the way Phoenix works, it's not a very item-reliant hero. So your opportunity cost of grabbing an Aghanims is really not that high.
He's mostly just a hero that relies on levels.
Yeah.
The most. So you get your levels and you have one item or two. That's why you always get Midas on the hero. Yeah. Because the item allows you to get levels.
Basically, you want to get level 16 as quickly as possible to max out your egg.
Wow, this Clockwork is so poor this game.
Is he?
Oh, he's actually not. I mean, I'm looking at his items like, oh, he actually
does he have a blade mail coming on the courier? Yeah.
Oh, he does?
Yep. He's got a full blade mail, buddy.
I'm looking at his items and why does he have 4,800 net worth? Okay, now I know why.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, that is actually not a hero that I really thought about, but the buffs to blade mail definitely help out Clockwork quite a bit.
Doesn't it help Axe more?
I think so, but
yeah, Axe better.
It's still pretty good for Clock. And speaking of Axe, he's going to take out
you can't actually you can't actually do this before, but now because it's pure. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Axe is gonna be like, he's already like a hero that you see in pubs a lot now.
You think he's going to move up to like first pick, first ban material?
Probably because sometimes when a new change happens in a patch, it takes time before the players actually get good at playing it. So you
Right.
don't see it becoming scary at the start, but you get a good idea. But then when the players get to play it around it more, then you start to see the true potential of the hero,
Yeah.
and then you start banning it because you know, oh crap, we can't actually deal with this.
Ooh, he's even got the cool cosmetic here, man. The blade mail that looks all.
I have this too.
I actually don't have this
This
item.
is common.
Where do you
Isn't
get
this
it?
common?
Probably, but
No, I'm sure it's common. No? Doesn't it come with the...
I'm actually not sure. All I know is I don't have it.
And I know I have it.
See, I knew you were a cosmetics collector. I knew it. Uh-oh, Naga gonna be in some trouble here. Ooh, Song of the Siren sets it up for Axe. He already wasted the Berserker's Call. It's a little bit unfortunate, but they dropped the Wall of Replica.
I think they wasted the Song of Siren.
Yeah, that was a little funky.
Not wasting the Berserker's Call. They wasted the song.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a level 2 song, but it's still a 2-minute cooldown.
It's not a huge deal. I guess just a little bit of panic there to make sure. So you also don't know how many people are nearby. You only see 2, but it could be the rest of the team lurking in the trees. So
Didn't they have scan? Oh yeah, they have scan.
they did have scan. You're into the scan? You like that? You like that change?
Why not? You don't like it?
I don't
It
dislike
adds-
it. It just it's peculiar to me. I'm not sure why.
Why?
It's just weird.
But
Why did
doesn't
they add it?
add a different dynamic to the game where you use the scan to make your decision making as a team better, and you understand where the
Yeah.
enemy is and you play around them.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely like raises that skill cap for if you know the other team really well and they make predictable movements, and you can just be like, oh, yep, right there, I knew it. It's cool. I think it definitely adds like I could picture like a TI finals where a team smokes up and then they drop the scan and it's like, oh my God, they saw it coming. Like it definitely creates those kind of moments potentially.
I think especially in the early game where you're deciding, because mostly there are 2 lanes that the enemy supports can gank. So when the enemy supports are missing, like 2 lanes have to be so safe. But because you have scan, you can actually pinpoint the location of their where they are ganking, and the other lane doesn't have to play that safe. So you can come out and farm. So
Yeah.
I can see this being a very useful tool in terms of those kind of situations in the early game, not only the late game.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I still need to get used to it though. I keep forgetting that it's there. You know, that's a change. It's definitely
Because
gonna take me a while to get used to.
I'm very used to like an empty box here in this area.
Yeah.
Remember how it looks like? So my eyes is always looking at that. So I remember there's a scan available.
Yeah, slowly but surely. Invoker looking pretty good though, man. He's got his Aghanims right around the corner. Just a couple hundred gold off.
Some practice, Zyori. Then you'll get used to it.
Practice makes perfect. That's true. And the Jug went back for the Battle Fury, so he's ready to farm. We're going to see a fight break out up top, though. It looks like Doom out onto the Jug, but he's got a lot of reinforcements nearby. The hook shot does connect. Finger follow up, but somehow he gets out of the cogs.
4 staff, yes, 4 staff.
Oh, he's got a 4-staff. There you go. Now Victoria in the tree line. Caught by the Sunray from the Phoenix. I think the Doom's going to go down, and it will be a 2-0. Newbee Y taking the fight here.
Great reactions there, and they anticipated their movements.
Yeah.
Because I think this ward here scouted them. I'm not 100% sure if they walk past the ward here on the hill.
Oh, yeah.
So they are pinging on it to look at the bench here. It's like thinking there must be a ward here. They saw us.
Oh, Clockwork TP's into the lane down bottom, right into the Axe and Naga. That's an easy setup for the pure damage spins.
By the way, look at the skill build of the Phoenix. So it's 2 points in Icarus dive. Like I mentioned, the value in the
Yeah, wow, you're right. Maxed out Sunray with the value 2 points there. I never remember that one.
But some players wouldn't agree to it. They still think that it doesn't really matter. if
It's
you're
just for a bit of mobility to get out or
yeah, because
initiate.
it's 40. You think about it, you're support, and it's 40 damage compared to 120. So like whatever.
Like either way, you're still just a support. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it both ways.
But I feel like every bit matters. So you never know when it's gonna, help you get a kill.
Yeah, you're definitely a glass half full kind of guy. You know, you look at the positive. I can see that. 4-staff on Darkseer. You really don't see that often, but
Against
it is
Clockwork.
great against Clockwork. Yeah, exactly. Definitely makes sense.
They're gonna get another one on the axe, so they'll have 2. And what? The bench has an Iron Talon?
Now that's a little bit different.
Is this a thing?
Not that I've seen, though. It could be. Oh, Invoker getting caught by Inflame again, but the Sunray's there. It's not going to be enough. Axe will get the slam dunk, and Invoker dies again.
I mean, it's definitely a first for me. Iron Talent on the support bench.
I'm...
Just to what, kill wards? I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh,
Oh,
Hex.
Naga turned into a little froggy. Looks like Omni Slash is doing a fair bit of damage, though Naga lives as all of her friends kind of re-engage here. Juggernaut caught by the ensnare. He's going to go down. He gets doomed as well. And it looks like Axe will get caught inside of the cogs.
Oop.
Clockwork going to be able to take him down. And not going to TP out. The Infernal Blade, I heard it was a pretty good spell. Not too bad for CDEC Youth. It's a 1 for 4, and what started as a potential gank on the Naga turns into almost a team wipe the other way.
Well, they killed the Invoker in bottom lane, right? Invoker wasn't part of that fight.
Yeah.
So it was actually just, what, 3?
Yeah, 3 for 1. Yeah, okay. Yeah, good point.
I'm like, was Invoker there? I'm like, I remember he died bottom.
Yeah, you're right. But all this, it just sort of feels like space created for Naga. The rest of CDEC are doing a really good job playing this sort of 4+1 style where they're moving around, picking fights, and I mean, if you look at the net worth, she's just been steadily moving ahead of the Juggernaut.
He's
now
just
with
like
a full Manta and BOTs.
He's just like a alchemist.
Yeah.
You play like somewhat the same way, a similar way of playing it. And you have a gem right now for illusion, so you can actually scout if Invoker ganks you with Ghost Walk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little ridiculous that the gem propagates to all the illusions. It's so good on Naga.
Shadow Blade on Doom.
So is this for a Silver Edge? Is there a key passive here to break?
Nah,
No,
he just
not
wants
really.
to get the Doom on the Juggernaut before he spins. So
Okay.
it's easier to take him down. And obviously, the Invoker as well, you want to be able to catch him. It's very hard to catch Invoker, like with a blink sometimes in certain situations.
Okay.
If he's quick on the fingers, he can, you know, use his spells correctly to stop your Doom, because the Doom has a very big cast time.
Right.
So having the Shadow Blade definitely helps with that.
Okay, we'll see how it works out for him. Any other big items on the Dire side? Jug moving into Diffusal Blade, it looks like. Another Blade of Alacrity up.
Long game incoming, my friend.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. It's gonna be a... Man, it's a Battle Fury Juggernaut versus a Radiance Naga. And then we have a Midas and Invoker.
And they've got 2 Midases on
the
Newbee
Phoenix.
Y, yeah. Invoker and the Phoenix.
And then you have Devour on Doom, so, you know, it's not that hard to...
Farm, 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 farm. I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
I'm alright with
Are
it.
you sure?
Well, you got to start positive, Winter. We're only 25 minutes into this game. If I get negative now, it's going to be a long game, all right? You got to stay positive. I'm looking forward to this. Come on, Naga. Kill those creeps. I haven't cast a Naga game in a long time, like I said, so I'm ready for this, dude. You know? What's the build? I mean, has the Naga build changed at all since new items have entered the fray? Is she a Bloodthorn kind of girl? No, I don't think so.
I hate that idea. I hate that.
I have yet to find a scenario where Bloodthorn is actually like, oh my god, I can't believe he got the Bloodthorn. It's so good. It's just so expensive. And
Windrunner,
huh?
Wind Ranger.
Yeah, it's good on Wind. It's more that it's just like not that many heroes get Orchid, and part of Orchid is the timing.
Brood.
And then once heroes get BKB,
How about Brood?
Brood? It could be good on Brood. I like that. Although where'd Brood go? I haven't seen a Brood pick in a little while.
I heard her nets got destroyed, so no place to hide now. Out of the meta.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think she's situationally good.
Yeah, she can still dominate if you don't have any way to deal with her.
You
But
have to pick it in the right situation. That's the key thing.
But the main thing for me is that Bloodthorn is countered by all the same things that Orchid are countered by, Manta and BKB. And by the time you get that 7,200 gold item, pretty much anybody that you'd want to use it on should have a BKB or a Manta or be damn close to it.
Hashtag not worth.
Yeah. It's a strange item.
It's a cool item. You just said you want to take the positive side of it.
It's a cool idea, but it's like Gyro's Ags. It sounds cool, but when does it actually matter?
You're right. It's actually very rare that you actually want to get that item. Unless, like you mentioned, hey, Alchemist,
Yeah.
you're 6-slotted. Give me some stats.
And it is really nice. Oh, Phoenix? Are they going to find him? Oh, yeah, they do. That's a freebie. I think the Bloodthorn's also just really nice as an upgrade to Orchid, so you don't have to sell it. You can actually do something with the slot. It's cool from that perspective.
Yeah, but you think about it, late game, you always want to hex over it.
Yeah.
You're like,
The one thing that Lumi mentioned this earlier is it lowers the cooldown a lot. It takes it down to 11 seconds, which is pretty huge.
Doom?
Here we go. Shadow Blade in, goes right in onto the Lion. And they're going to be able to kill him nice and quick. They still have the Doom available. And just like that, 2 dead on the side of Newbee Young. The Tier 2 tower falls, and CDEC are just going to press towards the high ground. Sunstrike actually hits on the Doom. He will be forced back.
Press to the high ground, you said. Press to the Roshan, they say.
I got I got ahead of myself. I forgot what game we were in here. I thought they might chip at the Tier 3.
You forgot it's a Naga game.
What a foolish thing to say. There you go, right back to farming. Axe even stacks up their
they
ancients.
scan the Roshan.
Scan outside, Sunstrike into the pit. Okay.
So they actually wasted their scan.
No, they used it in the river. It looked like, right? It only blocks it if like just in the pit. I think you can still scan like around it. But they still have Sunstrike, so they can scout pretty easily.
Yeah. Okay. Octacore soon. Arcane Rune. Octacore Naga. Oh, great.
Well, it's good. Octarine, you get those.
Yeah, it's great at creating a 80-minute game.
It's permanent uptime on your illusions, right? Once you get the Octarine core. Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Well, they already have that potentially, but it makes it super easy. It's the Alk that gives it 100% uptime. That's what actually I was thinking of.
You mean on the Rage? Chemical Rage?
No, once he gets Manta and Octarine, the cooldown and the duration that the illusions last is like equal or close.
Oh, great. Naga pushing out all the lanes and the other 4 heroes camping for a target. Sitting on the hill silently, waiting for someone to show up.
See, Naga every so often is fine, but I do have vivid memories of this like every game. A best of 5 is just
Don't you remember Miracle?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, remember all the games that he made.
Uh-oh. Clockwork. Wrong place, wrong time. Stun after stun. Now the tornado flies through. Looks like it doesn't catch on too much. Clockwork almost survives. The Sunray heals him up. Sunstrike off the mark.
He's still alive!
Clockwork's still alive. They actually turned it around onto the Venge. He finally goes down. Now the egg comes out from Phoenix. Everyone's running on their treadmills. I hear an Omni Slash, I think. Finger of Death.
You can cast better on my screen, I think.
Oh yeah, I should just look at yours. You're right. I have to do the camera control. I can't look at yours and control mine. A 2 for 3.
Oh, Doom!
Newbee Young gonna take it.
Have Doom?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he's like, what?
Almost got the
Why
deny.
does he still have Doom?
All right, so it's a 2 for 4. Actually, a great fight for CDEC Youth.
It looked awful at the start when the call was like, oh, he's not. Is he dead? No, he's not dead. Wait, he's not dead yet. Wait.
It's actually insane how much the Sunray heals. Like, I think of it as just this little kind of bit, like, oh yeah, that's nice. You can help me regen out of combat, but it legit saved him there.
It bought enough time.
Yeah. But don't worry, Naga's still working on objectives. Tier 2 tower, dead. And the core is out, so.
The core is off.
The carrier has arrived.
Yep, 100% uptime on mirror image.
Yeah, there you go. Even better for farming. BKB.
Almost 100% uptime on Manta. It's 2 seconds downtime.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice.
So now you will see the creeps never leaving, never leaving like this side of the map. Or this part, yeah.
So what does Naga get next? I guess you ditch the Aquila for Heart or Butterfly? One or the other?
I think Butterfly probably. Like Diffusal or Butterfly.
Oh yeah, the Diffusal. Gonna have to drop that gem soon.
I don't think you go Heart anymore. Because you have Octa-Core. You have enough HP, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. That's more of an older build.
Unless you're like truly worried about getting killed by the enemy because of Omni Slash. But even then, I still feel like Skadi would be nice. Oh, yeah. A free chop.
Oh, he gets the Lion. The rest of the fight gonna follow up. Sunray from the Phoenix. BKB from Axe has been deployed. Song of the Siren turned on, then turned off. Clockwork. Cogs is himself. Caught by the ensnare. EMP goes off. Doesn't seem to do a hell of a lot. The egg goes through, but oh, Vac Wall on 3. Follow-up damage looking good, and CDECY taking this fight. Full throttle here, Winter. 4 for 0. The Juggernaut's doomed, trying to hightail it back to the well. Now buybacks coming aplenty. They
Oh,
might still
Sunray?
get the jug. Sunray actually going to keep him alive.
Oh my god, that buyback saved him. Sunray.
I think Newbee Y is still pretty happy with that, though. It's a 4-0, and then they force 2 buybacks, and all of them survive.
I guess we're not going to go to an 80-minute game, my friend.
Yeah, it's starting to look like this Radiant squad is just going to take over. That was pretty big.
So Butterfly will be the Naga's next choice, giving the illusions evasion, so it's harder to take down.
Yeah. I was going to say before that fight started, speaking of Scotty, that was Jug's next big item. Yasha Battle Fury Scotty.
The problem is right now, he's the only one that pushes. I mean, Invoker can somewhat push the lanes out, but obviously Naga can do it at a much more efficient way with the illusions.
Yeah.
And safer way as well. Like, because if you think about it, Naga's gonna push all the lanes, and you don't see the Shadowblade Doom on the map. You're like, oh crap, where is this guy? And you're like, I'm going to try and push the lanes out, but I don't know where the Doom is.
Yeah. He does have the Silver Edge now,
Well,
too.
they just scanned the base? What?
Yeah, they did just scan the base.
Okay.
And they found no one. Smoke, actually, from Newbee.
So, does that reveal the fact that Newbee are doing Roshan? Because no one's in the base. Oh!
Possible. Uh-oh, vacuum. Somebody's stuck on the high ground. Looking good for CDEC. I think Omni Slash goes off. It's bouncing around, but they're about to lose their clockwork.
My screen! Look at my screen!
Okay. Oh, God.
Okay, bad
Phoenix
idea.
gets the egg off. Take it away, Winter. You got this play-by-play.
Song of the Siren. Phoenix came out with his egg, but oh, he's gonna actually get dragged back by the vacuum again, cancelling his Icarus dive. The Ice Ball, not gonna be enough to save his team, but Invoker, the last man standing.
They just don't have the damage. Like, CDEC are just running over them now. And it's wild because they have 2 Midases in the Battle Fury like we talked about, and it seems like that's not even close to enough to being able to keep tempo with how fast the Naga farms. Like,
and it's also because the fact that they lost 2 team fights in a row, so they are at a very big disadvantage when it comes to net worth in this fight alone.
Yeah.
So it all sort of snowballed back from there.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't feel like the Juggernaut's really done anything particularly wrong this game, but his impact just feels so minimal. Like in the team fights, we're not really feeling his damage too much. And he's been farming pretty well.
Too many illusions.
Yeah.
Ice armor.
And they don't have any way to deal with the evasion now. That's the other problem. Trying to kill these illusions with 35% evasion. I mean, and no MKBs, no Atos, nothing like that. Roche now going the way of CDEC. Sunstrike actually gets the kill on Roche.
What?
So a snatched Aegis for the Naga.
Oh,
That's a small little pick-me-up for the Dire.
This is easier than you remember when RTK got the Roche kill with his eye shots.
Yeah.
This is easier.
Oh yeah.
Sunstrike does more damage. But
Yeah.
but Atos doesn't provide true strike anymore. They removed it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, no, it's the Bloodthorn now gives you the true strike. Like when you put the Bloodthorn thing on somebody, it gives your whole team true strike, I think, right? Or am I confusing something else?
You're confusing it with Atos. It used to be on Atos, they removed it. I mean, you can check there. See if it's... I remember. Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. So I had the second part right. All attacks on the silenced target, including from allies, gain true strike and a 1.35
They removed
times
it
crit.
from Atos and
put it on this.
Yeah, put it
Okay.
on this.
That makes sense. Well, the Atos one was weird because it wasn't even 100% true strike. It was like, we're
40%.
going to RNG your evasion with RNG true strike.
Seems good.
It was kind of weird. Not very functional. Yep. All right, well, now the high ground siege. Let's see what they can do. CDEC looking for the opening. Buyback, still a couple on cooldown from the last fight. Invoker as well as Phoenix. Not going to have buyback for about 2.5 minutes here.
Naga, let's kill them slowly. Send my illusions.
Just slowly burn them down. They're actually going to split push it here. Naga on the bottom lane, and the rest of the team kind of focused around the mid.
What a spell. Oh!
Naga actually getting low. That's the Aegis of the Immortal. Omni Strike, or Omni Slash going to be enough to bring her down. Now Sunstrike on her. She comes back up, gets Force Stabbed back out. Egg from the Phoenix, going to be off to the side. The Meteor and Deafening Blast doing some decent damage, but now the Song to reset. Kind of mitigating the damage on the Doom here. Oh, the big back wall right into the Axe. Berserker's Call on the entire team. What a climactic way to end this one. All 5 dead for Newbee Youth, and that should be GG territory.
He didn't actually even drop the wall, it was just a vacuum. Oh my god.
Oh, wow. That was sick, though. Vacuum the entire team into Axe.
Whew. Team play, the name of the game. Team play.
Yeah. Well, an action-packed series, but CDEC Youth, definitely the better team here. Both games, they just seem to be much more cohesive in their movements, their strategy. Good execution there.
Well, from these 2 games, you can see why teams are picking Naga and Alchemist now. Tempo of the game, the flow of the game.
Yeah.
Starting to feel right for those heroes.
Yeah, we saw that same play style in both games, and definitely ended well for CDECY. Wow. Any other thoughts about this series, Winter? 2 games, 2 victories for CDEC. See, look, that was a Naga game in 37 minutes, and you thought that wouldn't happen. It's a nice average game length. She power farmed, though, man. She was out of control.
Well, at least that didn't happen. Otherwise, we'll be here for, God knows what time. But, this game, we saw a couple of really good sun rays, but, I mean, it's just the inherited advantage, what happened in this game. Why the Naga was able to actually become so strong. Because Invoker got ganked so many times.
Yeah.
Because they had Lion and Phoenix, greedy supports, can't respond. It's very difficult for them to respond to those rotations. There's too many tempo points of CDC's heroes. There's the Venge Doom creating early pressure. Darkseid sitting in the lane, even though he didn't do too much. Thanks to Surge, level 1.
I mean, it does sort of make sense now when you put it that way with the greedy supports, why they first banned Dazzle at least 2 games in a row, because their play style, Dazzle would have been a great support to keep that Invoker alive for a lot of those ganks.
But didn't Newbee ban it? Was it?
No, I thought it was CDEC that banned it.
Oh, wasn't it Newbie? I remember it was Newbie.
Okay, maybe it was Newbie. All right, well, if that's the case, then forget it. I thought it was Dyer that banned it both
It's
sides.
okay, you had a long day. I forgive you.
Oh, no, you're right. It was Newbie that banned it both. Yeah, I don't know. What the hell? Yeah, I don't understand the Dazzle ban. I'm just trying to make sense of it because it really doesn't – it stands out to me as particularly
Sometimes we don't
odd.
try to understand. We just deal with it because we don't understand.
All right, I'll stop overthinking it. Very good. All right, well, thank you for joining us for that series, folks. I'm Zyori. He's Winter. I think 2 new folks are coming in to take over this stream. I don't know what's coming up next. So stick around, but there is plenty more Dota 2. Europe is starting. China is still going on. There's a lot of good Dota still to come. We'll see you next time.